So you want me to stay on my side of the fence? Simple request, man. You want me to do that? Either just stop talking about this or start telling the truth on yours. I've already told you that once. What's going on, everyone? Gonna put a quick video here together. I hate that I keep having to do this, but I'm a man of my word. I said, if the bullshit continues, and you keep wanting to talk about this, even though you're moving on, just like you're moving on before, but you address it to an audience that doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you continue to address it without telling the truth, Lone Wolf's gonna be here to set your ass fucking straight. Okay? So, former friend of the channel, guy I've had on multiple times in the past, which, by the way, I believe I've just about deleted all of those videos that he was a part of. I do not want him associated with this channel in a friendly fashion anymore. I don't think the guy can be trusted. But for those of you who haven't caught on, David Spurrier, the radical independent that turned into Dave TV and this and that and the third, and now he's the real media observer. Okay, the guy changes channel names probably about as often as he changes his fucking socks, but whatever. Okay, so now the Real Media Observer has officially made his relaunch and his rebrand, and he is now here to get a new beginning. He's here for a new start. And how does he get this new start? Okay, well, he was banned from YouTube for about a week. He apparently made a video talking about January 6th. And they kicked him off for a week. So now he's back and he's rebranding and he's moving forward. It's a new beginning. And the new beginning is addressing the drama. He already went to Rockfin to address. Oh, and by the way, gaslighted over there too. Okay. So now he comes back for his new beginning to take subliminal shots, not mention anyone by name, and start to gaslight again. So I tell you what, I'm done with this. I'm going to respond directly to what Dave is saying, because I gave him an invitation that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. He chose not to accept it. So this time you're going to get to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, what he's got to say. And then I'm going to respond to each one of those. And I promise this isn't going to be no 30-minute video. This is going to be nice, quick takedown. So check this out.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly address the drama that unfolded. First of all, I have no hard feelings towards anybody. It's weird because I thought we weren't going to talk about each other. We weren't going to name names, and we're going to stay on our side of the fence and so forth. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So I am calling that out. That didn't need to continue the way.
First of all, Dave, I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Unfortunately, as long as you're gaslighting on your side of the fence, there's going to be some on mine, just so you know. Furthermore than that, that whole, I thought we weren't gonna name names and we're gonna stay on our side of the fence. Who the fuck agreed to that? Reed might have agreed to do that with you, and I don't think Reed took a lot of shots at you in the video we did. Reed just simply stated what the fuck has been happening. Now, I took the shots at you because you're the fucking one that was sticking the knife in my back at the end of the fucking day. And as far as the whole agreement to not name names, no, that was you. After multiple emails of me trying to tell you, you're out of the network, dude. I can't have your bullshit associated with me anymore. This is too much. And you kept trying to convince me otherwise. You're the one that eventually got around after multiple emails of me telling you, go your way and I'm going mine. You finally get around to telling me, stay on your side of the fence and I'll stay on mine. When the fuck did I agree to that? See, Dave, I'm willing to stay on my side of the fence as long as you keep the facts straight. And you just won't do that, man. Every time you talk about this issue, you pretend I'm some heartless fucking bastard that won't give you a that as soon as you put that clip out and I became aware of it, I told you get the fuck off the network. And that's just not true. And me and you both know that. But we're going to come back to some of that in a little bit. Let's hear the next little round of stuff that you've got to say for yourself.
Continued, and there didn't need to be some kind of anal examination of what I've been doing politically on this side. And you know what's interesting, right? And this is true story. So I had linked a couple of channels from the big channel, hoping that it would help these other folks with their channels. I said, hey, I'm going to put a link up to your channel on the big, and that's pretty nice of me to do that. Doesn't cost anybody any money, but it's a good way to kind of redirect traffic. And I thought, hey, you know, I've known this guy for a couple of years. I'm thinking, hey, maybe this will help him out. You know, he's got like 800 subscribers or something. And I'm like, hey, that's what I'm going to do. And then all this crap went down. And so I'm like, okay, well.
So now we really get to what's bothering you here. There didn't need to be an anal examination of what you do politically over on your side of the fence. Now we find the problem, Dave. There it is. You don't like being criticized, point blank. You want to be the one to do the criticizing, okay? Remember, Dave, this all happened the way it did. I didn't kick you off the network the first time you said anything about that clip Stacy sent to you. This happened the way it did because you said that you were done with the drama. You said you were done. I took you at your word. I sent a screenshot of what you said to Reed. He still was not satisfied because you hadn't made a proper apology at the time. All this about apologizing. No. You didn't apologize properly until that one video, which happened after you made all hell break loose between me and you when you came to my comment section to, one, say that me and Reed and his friends were spamming your accounts in reply to a comment from a guy who found my show from Frank Analysis. To put that in context for everyone, the video was about why I removed Stacy from the network. But the comment had nothing to do with that. There were other comments, namely the ones you were responding to, that Reed made. Dave, you could have said what you said in one of those at least. You picked the comment from the guy that just found my fucking show to, one, falsely accuse me of something, and instead of saying you mistyped or whatever, because you did delete the comment quickly, instead of saying you mistyped, you claimed you just didn't make the fucking comment. A typical Donald Trump move. Someone says you did something. Nope. Wrong. Took a play right out of your man's handbook there, didn't you? Okay? You couldn't just say, if you're lying or whatever, just make it sound better. But I didn't mean to say that, whatever. No, but you said, Reed and his friends were spamming your account and you had to delete it. And you said it in response to someone who was not a part of any of this and just my fucking show, which leads me to believe you're trying to run off literally one of my newest fucking subscribers. Like, why in the fuck would you do that to me? So at that point, I'm thinking, yeah, now you're trying to take shots at me. And what follows that up is even when you deleted that comment, you then make a new one in response to that guy's comment saying that you assumed I didn't want anything to do with you anymore, that I didn't want to make videos with you anymore, that you wished me luck with my channel and the network. But then when I respond, he's like, dude, I never fucking told you that. But first of all, I wasn't spamming you and I laid the facts out. Then I'm sending you emails because I told you, I'm like, look, man, you didn't have to come to my comment section to tell me you ain't on Twitter. Because then that's what you tried to say. You tried to say you did all this just to let me know you weren't on fucking Twitter anymore and how I could contact you, even though you basically said you assumed I didn't want to. So why would you bother? But furthermore than that, dude, one of the multiple times in the past you got rid of Twitter, we've exchanged phone numbers to stay in touch. We have also got each other's emails. There were other ways you could have contacted me without replying to a guy that just found my channel and replying to other comments to start airing your grievances. You wouldn't even argue, that you wouldn't even argue in your own comment section, man. Like, you didn't want to have this fight on your channel, so you bring it to mine. Bullshit. Nah, we ain't having none of that. But that's what it really gets down to, Dave. Because put this up on the screen too so everyone can see. Your latest little video, you're telling people you'll leave their comments up as long as they're nice and respectful to you, basically. That's very interesting coming out of you. You're literally the guy who bitches about the big tech censorship all the time, as do I. But I don't actively go through and just remove comments I don't like. I'll engage them. okay? Now, I've been accused of doing that, but that ain't me. That's fucking YouTube's algorithms being wonky, okay? I've been very clear about that, okay? So you're literally the guy that's telling people you're going to come through and do the very thing you're bitching about big tech doing. Like, and what's your reason, Dave? Well, it's your channel. Well, it's their platform. Same logic, right? You don't want them to be able to control what they do on their platform in terms of removing content they don't approve of, but you're going to do it with your comment section. Guess what that makes you, my man? A good old big four-headed hypocrite. Seriously, you're a fucking hypocrite, man. You're going to sit there and criticize YouTube for taking down your January 6th video and giving you a strike for a week, and you can't post videos for a week or whatever, right? Yet, you know, you're going to come back and tell people, if I don't like what you say in my comment section, I'm just going to remove it. Well, Dave, you might not be pissing so many people off where they might want to say something in your comment section if you weren't gaslighting. That's what got you into fucking hot water to start with. You think you can take these subliminal shots at fucking people and no one's going to respond because you didn't name their name. Well, no, I'm sorry. People like me will respond, and I will name you by name, because when I have something to say to someone, I've got the balls on me to fucking say it to them and make sure they know I'm saying it to them. I'm not a bitch about it like you. It's a difference, I guess, between us. Furthermore than that, Dave, why don't you just come out and tell the truth? If that's how you're going to treat your comment section, you're really not pro-free speech. You're not really anti-censorship. You just don't like to be the one that's being censored. You'd prefer it be you the one that gets to do the censoring, which means if you were in charge of YouTube, if you were in charge of Twitter, if you were at the powers that be in Silicon Valley, you'd be doing the same shit, just removing the stuff that you didn't agree with. So why should we trust you any more than the people that are out there now? Why should a single soul tune into you for reliable information? You're literally basically saying you're going to do the same shit at them, just at lower scale. If you'll do it at lower scale, what the fuck would you do at mass scale? Which means you're just as bad morally, if not worse than they are. And all this, I want free speech and we have to press back, is nothing but bullshit trying to get views from you. At the end of the day, you're a triggered little snowflake, just like the people that you bitch about. That's why you're doing this. That's why you're sitting there trying to censor people. You don't like what they say, because at the end of the day, you're the same way. You're a snowflake, dude. Or how did you call Jose? A soy boy. That'd be what you are, man. Seriously, at this point, you're sitting there blatantly saying in your YouTube comment section, I'm going to censor you if I don't like what you say, but you're going to bitch about them, the people in charge of Twitter or YouTube, whatever, censoring you. What makes you any different? And that's why I said we're not trying to imitate CNN and people like that at my network, and that's why I don't want you to be part of it. And that's why, for what you've done now, this bridge ain't being mended. Period.
Look, again, no hard feelings. In fact, there are times where I think to myself, what could I have done better? How could I have been a better friend? I made the mistake. I then apologized, and then I groveled, for crying out loud. I did a lot of groveling, and it didn't matter. So I'm pretty easygoing person. And yes, am I fickle? Sure. One of the reasons I decided to rebrand again is because this isn't going anywhere. This is just...
Short answer, what could you have done to be a better friend? First of all, stop engaging in the bullshit you started when you say you're going to. Don't try to continue it in my comment section when you don't want to engage in your own. That's step one you could have done. Step two is when I tell you let's just peacefully go our separate ways because I can't keep having this bullshit. You should have done that. And then maybe at some point down the line, things could have died down and bridges could have been mended. But instead, you just had to keep poking the fucking bear, which is exactly what you did. So what could you have done to have been a better friend? Maybe that. As far as what happened with your groveling, you did that on your own. I basically made it clear to you when you started that shit in my comment section, dude, you need to go your separate ways. We're done here. Made that real clear to you. And then what do I need to do, Charles? I've apologized. First of all, you hadn't made a proper apology yet, so that was a lie. You made that after all those emails. We've established that, but whatever. But I already told you, I'm like, you might mend the fence with them, but there's nothing you can do we're going to keep our partnership here. Like, we can either end this mutually on peaceful terms and go our separate ways, or you can just keep fucking emailing me like a crying mad ex-girlfriend, and this shit's gonna just go south from here. And you just decided to keep being that fucking obsessed ex-girlfriend. You wouldn't move the fuck on, like I kept telling you to. Okay? Until eventually you just got pissed. Like, why are you sending me all these long emails? Because I'm trying to explain to you why this is the way it is and why I'm done with it, man. And I've had my fill. I've had enough. I've looked the other way on certain things because I considered you a friend. I can't do it any longer. And you have a problem accepting that. Well, that's for you to figure out, my man. So what could you have done to been a better friend? When your friend tells you move on, move on. When your friend tells you they can't have this anymore, accept their decision. And when your friend says, I'll stay on my side of the fence if you tell the truth on yours, try telling the truth on yours. Last point I'm going to say on this, because I know this is coming up at 20 minutes and I'm not going to go 20 to 30 like I promised. Okay. Last point I got to make on this is, Dave, after your Rockfin video, I gave you the opportunity to how we could settle this. I said, you tell me the time, we'll sit down, we'll have a Zoom call and chat this thing out together. I'll explain to you maybe where it's more clear, not through messages, why I'm doing what I'm doing. You let me know, and then we can bury this hatchet and move the fuck on. I won't talk about you. You won't talk about me, as long as we're all on the same page. And as long as you're not taking these little subliminal pot shots at me anymore, we can move the fuck on. You didn't respond to that email, Dave. So for someone who really wants this to be over, why aren't you answering me about being able to put this to bed? Instead of answering me and trying to get to the end of this, you made this little video about your new beginning, addressing your old drama, telling more half-truths and some lies, but overall still gaslighting about the entire situation. So, Dave, as I said, I'm a man of my word. As long as you continue to talk about this issue and push any kind of bullshit on your side of the fence, I'll tear that motherfucker down and come across it any damn time I please. What the fuck you gonna do about it, man? This is your call. Either you can not tell the truth and the lone wolf will respond to call your ass the fuck out, or stop being CNN like I told Stacy. Start telling the fucking truth, man. Be surprised what it might do for your credibility if you ever fucking started.